Spirit Airlines is on fire. From adding unbelievable features to using the secret strategy which made them billions. This is how Spirit is destroying every other airline.
Spirit Airlines. Spirit Airlines.
Spirit shareholders are being compensated.
And to start with, Spirit launched a new status matching program. This means that if you're, for example, a United Airlines Silver status member, you can directly apply for Spirit's Silver status and enjoy all the perks instantly. This is pretty cool because, believe it or not, Spirit's Elite status is surprisingly good. But Spirit didn't just stop there, because what they did next even created huge problems for other airlines. See, everybody knows that Spirit offers cheap fares. But what you didn't know is that when Spirit launches a new service in a new area, other airlines get forced to charge less due to the fear of losing customers to Spirit. So even if you've never flown with Spirit Airlines, it's guaranteed that you've one way or the other felt the Spirit effect. For instance, in 2013, when Spirit launched a new service between Minneapolis and Orlando, Delta was forced to drop its round-trip fare to under $200 because travelers were rushing to fly with Spirit. So even though the airline is a low-cost carrier, it's just crazy how much power Spirit holds in US aviation. But despite all this power, things haven't been easy for Spirit due to the big problems they're facing. Spirit has always been among America's most successful airlines, that is, until the pandemic came, which changed everything. Since then, Spirit has struggled to get back on its feet. The airline has been facing serious financial troubles, especially due to high fuel costs, operational stress, and even the new pilot contracts. And to make things worse, they even had to cut a few routes due to the delays with the maintenance and delivery of some of their aircraft. This made Spirit's situation go from bad to worse. Because after all, let's face it, Spirit sucks. The airline charges extra fees for everything. It's even a bit ridiculous that they also charge for something as little as blankets. Even a Spirit Airlines flight attendant didn't hold back in a viral vid when she said,
"No, we do not have blankets for you. If we did, again, this is Spirit, and we will charge you." Come on, y'all. If we had it, we would charge you and give you something else to complain about.
Damn, she's definitely getting a raise. And even though the announcement was funny, it still showed how badly the airline has been struggling. But despite these struggles, Spirit hasn't given up, especially since they made some pretty major changes. Spirit made a big announcement that they'll hire over 4,000 people, which includes pilots, flight attendants, maintenance workers, and others in order to boost its workforce. The airline also approved a new contract which includes a significant pay increase to its employees. Spirit announced that it will increase the base wages by about 10 to 27%, increase sick leave cap to 500 hours, make amendments to the company-paid medical insurance, and updates to the rest policies. So, with more staff on board and better wages, better customer service seems possible now more than ever. And it looks like these good moves are already paying off, considering the award Spirit received, which I must say is pretty cool. Right after Delta, Spirit became the second most punctual airline in the US. And since it's right below Delta, I guess that's a job well done for Spirit. But trust me guys, that's nothing. Because what Spirit just pulled off will not just change its future, but will also change the aviation industry forever. Due to the company's financial struggles, Spirit started searching for means of getting funds without having to cut costs. So this brought out a two heads are better than one idea. Spirit revealed that it will be forming a merger with JetBlue, which I guess everybody knows by now. But what you didn't know is the impact of this merger. Apart from having similar values, the companies will also complement one another in every aspect they're lacking individually. The customer-focused services JetBlue offers will lead to an improvement in Spirit's services. So this merger will revolutionize the commercial airline sector because the combination of the two airlines will be a force to reckon with. Thus, customers will no longer have to sacrifice a great flight experience for cheap fares. So bye-bye Spirit's poor services and hello extra legroom, convenient seats, and free Wi-Fi. But that's not all. The new airline formed will also hire more people and fly about 50 more routes that neither airline currently serves, and these routes will go for ultra-low prices. So looks like a big win for Spirit, but turns out not so much. Because when Spirit got hit by a huge problem, it created a major setback for the airline's plans. A Massachusetts Institute of Technology study showed that when JetBlue enters a market, it reduces airline fares by $32 on average. Due to this, the U.S. Department of Justice filed an antitrust lawsuit to stop JetBlue from acquiring Spirit Airlines. The department said, quote, The acquisition would allow JetBlue to eliminate its largest ultra-low-cost rival, further concentrate the airline industry, and harm American travelers. End quote. This simply means that the DOJ believes JetBlue has hidden motives and doesn't have the interest of Spirit Airlines or the customers in mind. JetBlue and Spirit even argued on it and said that the merger was based on pure intentions, since the plan was to create an airline that will compete with big airlines like Delta and the others.
We've got 4 large airlines with about 20% of the market each. That's 80%. The rest of us have 20% between us. And so what we're trying to do is make a bigger JetBlue to bring the JetBlue brand, the JetBlue product, the JetBlue people, and the JetBlue fares more nationally than we can do today.
But despite the explanation, the DOJ wasn't convinced and has been hell-bent on stopping the merger. This is also because data analysis points to the fact that the merger will not be helpful to the customer or reduce the overall cost of flying.
What's going to happen on day one if this deal goes through is an ultra-low-cost carrier, Spirit, will be eliminated from the marketplace.
And turns out, the DOJ is not the only one against it. After the department's move to stop the merger from happening, JetBlue and Spirit decided to go through a different route. They submitted a request to the country's Department of Transportation in order to permit them to operate under common ownership, instead of their initial plan to combine all their assets and operate as one airline. But the agency's response was not what the airlines were hoping for, because what it was a very swift and concise nope. DOT revealed that they couldn't allow anything until the case with the DOJ was resolved, which is why the airlines have gone back to square one with their merger plans. Now that's just heartbreaking. But merger or not, Spirit isn't stopping to improve anytime soon, especially since they revealed some pretty cool upgrades. One thing Spirit lacks big time is space. The airline's seats are so small that it looks like they're trying to milk out every penny they can get from each flight. But then, Spirit decided it was time to improve. So, the airline revealed that it'll add larger seats to its new aircraft. According to the reports, 33 new aircraft will be delivered, and inside each, there will be a totally redesigned interior with more ergonomic and comfy seats with extra cushion and an additional half-inch width. Also, there will be larger tray tables and additional pre-recline on every row. But this change in interiors is not the only thing the airline has in mind. In order to gain back its reputation, Spirit has been doing everything it can. So since the airline was getting new planes and more staff, Spirit knew that the best thing to do was to add more routes. So the airline announced its plan to expand its routes in South Carolina, along with non-stop flights from Newark, Philadelphia, and Fort Lauderdale to Charleston. On top of that, Spirit revealed that they will be the only airline who will make non-stop flights from Charleston to Las Vegas for as low as $99. Now that's cool. But what's even cooler is what United did with their airplanes. Because by adding some pretty major upgrades and making a huge investment, United has surprisingly become extremely powerful. But what are these major upgrades? And how exactly did United become so powerful? I know you want to know about this, so just click right here.